When Jessica Thompson desperately needed a fake boyfriend for her high school reunion, she never imagined that the mysterious stranger who accepted her laughable $2 offer would turn out to be the very boy she had once humiliated in front of the entire school. What happened next will make you believe that karma has a twisted sense of humor, and sometimes, second chances come wrapped in the most unexpected packages. Before we dive into this incredible story of revenge, redemption, and romance, make sure to smash that like button if you believe everyone deserves a second chance at love. Drop a comment telling us which city you're watching from, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because this story will remind you that the universe has a way of bringing the right people back into your life at exactly the right moment. Now let's see how a $2 investment changed 2 lives forever. 10-year high school reunion? Jessica stared at the gold-embossed invitation like it was a death sentence. Who even goes to these things? Everyone, her roommate Chloe replied, scrolling through social media. Look, half our graduating class is already posting about it. Rebecca Williams is bringing her doctor husband and their perfect twin babies. Jessica groaned and flopped onto their lumpy couch. Great. So everyone's successful and married with perfect lives, and I'm a struggling graphic designer who can't even afford a decent coffee maker. You could always skip it. I can't skip it. My mom already told half the neighborhood I'm going. I need a boyfriend, someone impressive, someone who'll make everyone think I actually turned out okay. Where exactly are you planning to find this magical boyfriend? You literally haven't been on a date in 6 months. Jessica's eyes lit up with dangerous inspiration. I'll hire one. Hire a boyfriend? Jess, those escort services cost like $500 an hour. Not an escort, just someone to pretend for one night. Jessica grabbed her laptop. Look, there are apps for everything these days. Jessica's face fell as she looked at the prices. Oh my God, they want $300 just for 4 hours. She opened her wallet and counted the crumpled bills. $14. I need 10 for lunch this week. So you have $4 to spend on a fake boyfriend. $2, Jessica corrected. I need 2 for bus fare. This is ridiculous. Who would pretend to be someone's boyfriend for $2? A deep voice from the coffee shop booth behind them answered, I would. Jessica and Chloe turned around so fast they nearly gave themselves whiplash. A tall man in an expensive-looking suit stood behind their booth, holding a cup of coffee and wearing an amused smile. He had dark hair, piercing blue eyes, and the kind of confident posture that screamed success. Excuse me? Jessica blinked. I said I'd do it. $2 to be your fake boyfriend for one evening. I'm in. Chloe's eyes narrowed suspiciously. Who are you? What's your deal? The man laughed, a rich, warm sound. I'm just someone who overheard your conversation and thought it sounded interesting. What's your name? You can call me Marcus. Marcus what? Just Marcus. Less complicated that way. Jessica found herself studying his face. There was something familiar about him, but she couldn't place it. When and where? Westfield High School Gymnasium, tomorrow at 7. Cocktail attire. Marcus grinned. I can manage expensive. What's the story? How long have we been dating? 6 months. We met at an art gallery. You're in finance. He pulled out his phone. Give me your number. Jessica's phone buzzed with a message. Looking forward to tomorrow. Mom. Marcus tossed the $2 bills back onto the table. Keep those. Consider this one on the house. Before Jessica could protest, he was walking away, leaving behind only a business card that read M. Sterling. Did that really just happen? Jessica stared at the card. You just hired a male model to be your fake boyfriend for free, Chloe said slowly. Either you're the luckiest person alive, or you're about to be featured on the evening news. The next evening, Jessica stood in her borrowed black cocktail dress, tugging nervously at the fabric. Her phone buzzed. Outside in the black sedan. You ready for this? She peeked out the window and nearly fainted. A sleek Mercedes was parked outside, and Marcus was leaning against it in a tuxedo that probably cost more than her rent. Holy shit, Chloe breathed. Your fake boyfriend is loaded. 20 minutes later, Jessica found herself in the passenger seat of the most expensive car she'd ever been in. Nervous, Marcus asked as they pulled into the school parking lot, terrified. What if people don't believe we're together? Relax. I'm very good at this. The moment they walked through the doors, Jessica felt every eye in the room turn toward them. Not toward her, toward Marcus. Jessica! Oh my God, is that you? Rebecca Williams, now Rebecca Chen, stood before them in a designer dress. And who is this gorgeous man? This is Marcus, Jessica said. Marcus Sterling. Pleasure to meet you. Rebecca's eyes widened. Sterling, as in Sterling Financial Group? Jessica felt Marcus tense slightly, but his smile never wavered. Among other things. As they moved through the crowd, the same pattern repeated. Former classmates approached, drawn by Marcus's obvious success. He charmed them all effortlessly, deflecting personal questions while making Jessica shine by association. How long have you two been together? Asked David Park. 6 months, Jessica answered. Best 6 months of my life, Marcus added, looking at her with convincing affection. Where did you meet? Art gallery, Jessica said. She was standing in front of a Rothko, completely lost in thought. Marcus continued seamlessly. I watched her for 10 minutes before I worked up the courage to ask what she was seeing that I was missing. Jessica stared at him. It was a perfect story, romantic and believable. How had he known exactly what to say? It was during dancing that Jessica began to suspect something wasn't right. You're a really good dancer, she said. You're perfect. There was something in his voice, too genuine for someone just playing a role. Jessica looked up at him and felt a chill of recognition. Marcus? Yes? What's your last name? Your real last name? His step faltered. Why do you ask? Because you seem familiar. Marcus was quiet for a long moment. Finally, he sighed. My real name is Marcus Grant. I changed it to Sterling when I started my company. Jessica stopped dancing entirely. Grant? Marcus Grant? You remember? The memories hit her like a freight train. Marcus Grant, skinny, awkward Marcus Grant, with thick glasses and second-hand clothes. Marcus Grant, who had asked her to prom in front of half the cafeteria. Marcus Grant, whose face had crumbled when she'd laughed and said, Are you serious? I wouldn't go to prom with you if you were the last guy on earth. Oh my God. Jessica's hand flew to her mouth. Oh my God, Marcus, Breathe, Jessica. It's okay. It's not okay. I was horrible to you. Marcus gently guided her off the dance floor. Jessica, do you want to know why I really agreed to be your fake boyfriend? She nodded. Because when I heard you in that coffee shop, desperate and willing to pay $2 for someone to pretend to care about you, I recognized the same loneliness I felt in high school. I'm so sorry. For what I said, for how I treated you. I know you are, and I forgave you a long time ago. But why didn't you tell me who you were? Marcus smiled ruefully. Because I wanted one night where you saw me as someone worthy of your time, even if it was fake. The funny thing is, he continued, watching you tonight, seeing how kind you are, how genuine, I realized you're not the same person who rejected me 10 years ago. Neither are you. So what happens now? Marcus asked. Jessica looked around the room, then back at Marcus. Past the expensive suit and confident posture, she could still see traces of the boy she'd known. I don't know, she said honestly. Marcus nodded toward the dance floor. One more dance? For old time's sake? As they moved together, Jessica studied his face. Can I say something that might sound weird? Go ahead. You're exactly who I should have said yes to 10 years ago. You're kind, brilliant. You make me laugh. I was too stupid to see it then. And now? Jessica took a deep breath. Marcus Grant, would you like to go on a real date with me? Not fake, just us? The smile that spread across his face was radiant. Jessica Thompson, I would love nothing more. If you're loving this story of second chances and unexpected romance, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Drop a second chances in the comments if you believe everyone deserves a chance to redeem themselves. Their first real date was nothing like the elaborate reunion performance. Marcus picked her up in his regular car and took her to a small Italian restaurant. "This is nice," Jessica said. "Very different from last night. I wanted somewhere we could actually talk without performing for anyone." Over dinner, Jessica found herself genuinely laughing at Marcus's stories about his business, and Marcus seemed fascinated by her design work. "You always were artistic," he said. "I remember your drawings in AP art class." "You remember my drawings?" "I remember everything about high school. Occupational hazard of being invisible. You notice everything." Jessica winced. "I'm sorry. Again." "Jessica, stop. You don't have to keep apologizing. I'm more interested in the present. The present where you're successful and handsome and I'm still figuring out my life." Marcus leaned forward. "The present where you're talented and funny and brave enough to admit when you've been wrong." "You think I'm brave?" "I think hiring a stranger to be your fake boyfriend takes guts. I think admitting you were wrong takes guts." Jessica felt herself blushing. "When you put it like that. I also think you're selling yourself short. You're building something. Your design work is incredible." "Marcus, I spent 10 years becoming successful enough that no one could reject me again. But you know what I realized tonight?" "What?" "I don't want someone impressed by my success. I want someone who challenges me to be worthy of it." Jessica reached across and took his hand. "This is scary." "What is?" "How right this feels. How easy it is to talk to you." Marcus squeezed her hand. "We didn't waste 10 years. We spent 10 years becoming people who were ready for this." When Marcus walked her to her door, the question of a goodnight kiss hung in the air. "Would it be weird if I said I was nervous about kissing you?" Jessica asked. "Would it be weird if I said I've been thinking about it all night?" When he kissed her, it was soft and sweet and real, full of 10 years of possibility. "So, when can I see you again?" Marcus laughed. "How about tomorrow?" Over the next few weeks, Jessica and Marcus fell into an easy rhythm. Jessica met his friends, who welcomed her warmly. Marcus met Chloe, who gave him her approval after he fixed their kitchen sink. "He's good for you," Chloe observed. "You're happier." "I think I'm falling in love with him," Jessica admitted. "I know I'm falling in love with you," Marcus said one evening over dinner. Hard and fast and completely. Jessica felt her heart stop. "You're sure?" "Completely. You make me want to be the most honest version of myself." "I love you too," Jessica whispered. The words hung between them, precious and terrifying and perfect. Everything was perfect for exactly 3 months. Then Jessica's phone rang at 2 a.m. "Jessica? It's Rebecca Chen. I need to tell you something about Marcus Sterling." Cold dread settled in Jessica's stomach. "What about him?" "He's not who you think he is. I did research. Sterling Financial Group exists, but Marcus Sterling doesn't run it. The CEO is Linda Sterling. Marcus doesn't even work there." The phone slipped from Jessica's fingers. "That's impossible." "Jessica, I think you're being scammed. What are the odds that the exact person you rejected would just happen to be in that coffee shop?" Jessica hung up and started searching online. Rebecca was right. Linda Sterling was the CEO, and there was no mention of Marcus anywhere. By morning, Jessica had tried calling Marcus repeatedly. His phone went straight to voicemail. His office number was disconnected. The address he'd given her was a mail forwarding service. 3 days went by without a word. On the 4th day, Chloe found Jessica crying on the couch. "There has to be an explanation," Chloe said. "For 4 days? Without telling me?" On the 5th day, Jessica found Marcus sitting on her apartment steps, looking like he hadn't slept in days. "Jessica," he stood up. "Thank God. I've been trying to reach you." "Have you?" "Because I've been calling for 5 days. I can explain everything." "Can you? Can you explain why Linda Sterling runs Sterling Financial Group? Can you explain why everything you've told me has been a lie?" Marcus's face crumbled. "You found out." Rebecca Chen found out. She called to warn me about the con artist I was dating. It's not a con, Jessica. Explain what? That you've been lying to me for months? Please, just let me explain. My real name is Marcus Grant. You know that was true. And the rest? Marcus took a shaky breath. I do work in finance, but for myself, I'm an investment advisor. I make good money, but I'm not a millionaire. The apartment, the car, the office, I borrowed them. Jessica stared at him. You created an entire fake life. I created the life I thought you deserved. By lying to me. By trying to be worthy of you. You were worthy of me. The real you was worthy of me. Because I love you. That's the truest thing I've ever said. Jessica felt her resolve cracking. Do you, or do you love the idea of winning over the girl who rejected you? It's not about revenge, isn't it? What are the odds that you just happened to be in that coffee shop? Marcus's silence was answer enough. You planned this. It wasn't revenge. I saw you there 3 weeks before the reunion. Same table, same time. I started going there hoping I'd work up the courage to talk to you. So you stalked me. I wanted to apologize, but every time I got close, I'd lose my nerve. So when you heard me talking about needing a fake boyfriend, I saw an opportunity, a chance to spend time with you without the baggage of our history. Maybe you'd fall in love with your lies? Maybe you'd fall in love with me. But you did fall in love with me, the real me, everything about my feelings, that was all real. You should have told me the truth. I tried, 100 times, but every time I started, I'd see how happy you were, and I couldn't bear to watch that disappear. So you decided to lie forever? I decided to become the man you thought I was. I was working on it, building a real business. That's insane. It's the most desperate thing I've ever done. Because I love you, and I couldn't face losing you again. But you have lost me. You've lost me because you couldn't trust me with the truth. Jessica, please, can't we start over with complete honesty? Jessica looked at him, seeing the scared boy underneath all the bravado. I need time, she said finally. I need time to figure out what was real and what wasn't. How much time? I don't know. Maybe forever. Marcus nodded. I understand. But Jessica, everything I told you about loving you, that was real. 3 months passed. 3 months of Jessica trying to forget Marcus and failing miserably. She missed him constantly. You're miserable, Chloe observed. Why don't you just call him? Because I can't trust him. Did he lie about loving you? No, but did he lie about thinking you were beautiful and talented? The point is, you're punishing both of you for something he did out of fear, not malice. That evening, Jessica found herself walking past the coffee shop where she'd first hired Marcus. She was surprised to find him sitting at their old table. Before she could lose her nerve, she sat down across from him. Hi, she said quietly. Marcus looked up, startled. Jessica, you look terrible. You look beautiful. I come here every Tuesday, Marcus said, hoping you'll give me another chance. Jessica studied his face. So show me who you really are. Right now. Complete honesty. Marcus took a deep breath. My name is Marcus Grant. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment that costs $800 a month. I drive a 10-year-old Honda Civic. Go on. I have 6 investment clients and make about $60,000 a year. I'm not rich, but I'm not poor. I still wear glasses sometimes. I'm terrible at cooking, but make excellent coffee. Despite herself, Jessica smiled slightly. I've been in love with you since I was 17. Not with the idea of you, with you, the real you. How do you know the real me? I know you give your lunch to the homeless guy outside your building. I know you tear up during dog food commercials. I know you worry you're not good enough, but you have the kindest heart of anyone I know. Tears were streaming down Jessica's face. That's not fair. What's not fair? Making me remember why I fell in love with you. Then give us another chance. I'll spend my life earning back your trust. How do I know you won't lie again? Because losing you is worse than risking your rejection. Jessica looked at him, really looked at him, past the fear to the man who had loved her patiently for 10 years. "I want to try," she said quietly. "But we have to start over, completely." "Hi," Jessica extended her hand. "I'm Jessica Thompson. I'm looking for someone who wants to get to know the real me." Marcus smiled through his tears and shook her hand. "I'm Marcus Grant. I've been waiting my whole life to meet someone like you." "Someone like me?" "Someone brave enough to believe in second chances." Are you crying happy tears yet? Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Their second first date was at a diner Marcus actually liked. Over pie and coffee, they talked like strangers getting to know each other. "Tell me about your business, the real version." "I help people plan for retirement. It's satisfying." "You're passionate about it." "Passion is always attractive." "Can I ask you something?" Jessica said. "That night at the reunion, how much was performance?" "The success was performance." "And the rest? The way I looked at you? That was all real." "And when you said you loved me?" "That was the realest thing I've ever said." Jessica touched his face. "Promise me you'll never lie to me again." Complete honesty, even when it's scary. When he kissed her goodnight, it felt like coming home. Over the next year, Jessica and Marcus built something new together. Jessica found herself falling in love all over again with the real, authentic Marcus Grant. "I have a confession," Marcus said one evening. "What kind?" "I actually need glasses all the time. I only wore contacts because I thought they made me look more successful." Jessica laughed. "That's your big confession?" Marcus returned with wire-rimmed glasses. "Those are staying." "You like them?" "I like that they're real." On the anniversary of their first real date, Marcus surprised Jessica by taking her back to their diner. "1 year of truth," he said, raising his coffee cup. "1 year of truth," Jessica agreed. "I have something for you." He pulled out a small wrapped box. Inside was a silver locket with a photo of them laughing together during one of their real dates. "I wanted you to have something that captured who we really are together. Not the performance, but this. Us, being genuine and happy." Jessica felt tears start. "I love it. I love you. Jessica Thompson, you saved my life. Not by falling in love with Marcus Sterling, but by giving Marcus Grant a chance to be enough exactly as he is." "So, what happens now?" Marcus smiled, that genuine smile she'd fallen in love with. "Now we keep building, keep being honest, keep choosing each other every day. Even when it's scary. Especially when it's scary." 2 years later, Jessica woke up to find Marcus making coffee in their shared kitchen. "Good morning, beautiful. What's the plan for today?" "I thought we might go back to where it all started." "The coffee shop? The high school?" "Why would we go to our high school on a Saturday?" "Because I have something I need to ask you there. Something I should have asked you 10 years ago." An hour later, they stood in the parking lot of Westfield High School. "This feels weird," Jessica said. "Good weird or bad weird?" "Nostalgic weird, like we're closing a circle." Marcus led her to the cafeteria, the same cafeteria where their story had begun. "This is where it happened," Marcus said, stopping at a particular table. "Right here." To Jessica's amazement, Marcus got down on one knee. 10 years ago, I asked Jessica Thompson to go to prom with me. She said no, and I thought my world was ending. But you know what I realize now?" Jessica was crying too hard to speak. She wasn't ready for me yet, and I wasn't ready for her. We both needed to grow up. Marcus pulled out a small velvet box. "So now I'm asking a different question. Jessica Thompson, will you marry me? Not the man you think I should be, but me. Marcus Grant, glasses-wearing, Honda-driving, pie-loving me." "Yes," Jessica whispered. "Yes, yes, yes." The ring was simple and perfect, not ostentatious, just beautiful in its honesty. "I love you," Marcus said, sliding the ring onto her finger. "I love who you are. I love who we are together. and I love the life we're building with complete truth. I love you too. And Marcus? For the record, 17-year-old me was an idiot. This me knows exactly how lucky she is. When they kissed in that empty cafeteria, it tasted like second chances and perfect timing and the promise of a love story that had taken 10 years to get right. And there you have it, proof that sometimes the universe knows exactly what it's doing. If this story gave you all the feels and reminded you that everyone deserves a second chance at love, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. Drop a comment. Do you believe in second chances? Rate this story from 0 to 10. Your feedback helps us bring you more content that touches your heart. Keep believing in love. Keep giving people second chances. And remember, sometimes the best love stories are the ones that take time to get right. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you in the next incredible love story.